Welcome everyone to another episode of The Bright Side and episode 7 of the Great Cornish Pasty-Off. Today I'm here in St Ives because it is the turn of Pengenna Pasties and the St Ives Bakery. Which one will come out on top? Which one will be triumphant? Let's go check it out. Just from where I'm standing, what a beautiful view. What a beautiful view. Obviously the tide is in. You couldn't walk from the harbour beach to Porthminster Beach at the minute because, well, you could, but you couldn't walk, but you'd have to swim. Anyway, I digress. Let's go get a pasty or two. I always like a nice sea view. A little harbour there, you've got the boats there just chugging around doing their thing. Very beautiful. Alright, made it to Pengenna Pasties. States there, simply the best. Let's find out, let's head in. Pasty procured. Feels very bulky and nice. I like the feel of it, just in its bag. Alright, can't wait to try this. Right, gonna head now to the St Ives Bakery. Okay, we've made it. It's, my goodness, it's very busy. Let's cut across all these people and head into the St Ives Bakery. Alright, picked up the pasties from St Ives Bakery. Gonna head somewhere quiet-ish, as quiet as I can find anyway in St Ives, because it's always busy here, and consume both these pasties, starting with Pengenna. Alright, nice. Don't know where I'm going. I think I know where I'm going. I think it's this way, where I want to go. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Okay, I think I'm heading in the right direction. I'm heading up to the island, where that little chapel is. A little bit of open ground up there, some grass to sit on. I think I'm going in the right way. Alright, made it to the island. I did spy a placard here. And again, you know I love my information placard. The island, or St Ives Head. So where are we? We're just coming through, we've just walked through the car park. Map, signs, I assume that's us here. Oh yeah, car park. Yeah, we're gonna walk up around there somewhere. Despite how busy St Ives is, the town of St Ives, you can usually find a nice little quiet spot up here on the island, overlooking Porthmere Beach. We were here recently-ish, a few weeks ago, where we explored the chapel up there, Porthmere Beach and so on. What I'll do, if you want to see that video, I'll leave a link in the description. And there's the big reveal of Porthmere Beach. So the other side of this little headland is obviously where you'd find like your harbour, and going over to Porthminster Beach. So it's usually a slightly quieter side of St Ives. I mean, probably not when the season really kicks in, which isn't too far away now. But yeah, it's nice. Quite like it over this side. What I didn't bring with me was my stand-up tripod, my long tripod. So I'll have to try and find a little place where I can perch the little handheld tripod. Let's see what we can find up here. We're not going to have great views today because it's very misty and cloudy. A little bit of blue sky up there, but yeah, still a beautiful day. It's very humid. Very humid. It's about 90 degrees, not degrees, about 90% humidity. So yeah, quite close and sweaty. I think this is a half decent spot to eat a pasty. What do you guys think? We'll see, maybe I can put the tripod there, see what that looks like. I think this works. See if we can just adjust that slightly. Alright, I don't think I'm too backlit, am I? Yeah, this will do nicely. Also in the Pengenna pasty shop, bought a bottle of water. It says clearly Cornish, just water. So definitely will be requiring that. Right, so in my bag I've got the 2 pasties. I've got the St Ives one and the Pengenna. As always, I will eat the first one that I bought. And it's the same rules as all the other episodes. Basically, it will always be a traditional Cornish, like for like pasties. You know, I wouldn't buy like an Anne's pasty or a Gear Farm and then put that up against Warren's, because, you know, obviously who's going to win that one. Yeah, so traditional Cornish, steak, short crust. That's basically my rules. 1 out of 10 scoring. I said previously in a couple of the other episodes that I wish I'd started doing like a 1 to 20 sort of score, because I think it would have been easier to mark the pasties, but, you know, it would be ridiculous to change the scoring format, like, you know, halfway through the season of the Great Cornish Pasty-Off. And actually, this is a penultimate episode, I think. I think we're going to do one more, and then we're going to leave it for a little bit. Maybe do like a season 2 next year or the year after, because, you know, there's always plenty of pasties, but I don't know, that's a rough game plan. So, let's get into the Pengenna pasty here. The staff were very nice in there. Their till actually went down when I was buying the pasty. And the lovely lady in there, she said, I'll give you a pasty and just come back later and pay. And I thought, well, that was very, very trusting. But I didn't really want to go down that road, because I didn't want to, like, forget, because that would be, you know, that wouldn't be good, would it? Right, so nice short crust pastry, a couple little holes in it, which is absolutely fine. Feels like it would be the type of pastry that would like collapse quite easily, if you know what I mean. But hopefully it'll be nice and juicy and tender inside. We've got ourselves a top crimp. So I always eat a pasty right-handed, but bizarrely with the crimp on my left. I don't know why I eat a pasty that way. So this one's going to be a little bit different, because the crimp is right on the middle. I don't know, I was told once that the crimp, like a top crimp, was a like more of a North Cornwall thing. North Cornwall, maybe Devon. So I don't know. Don't get many top crimps around, but let's see what it's like. Oh, hang on a minute, what we've got on the bottom. None of that lovely juice staining, you know, so when you have like a pasty that's cooked, you get like the juice that runs out and it leaves that lovely little sticky, sort of dark residue, pasty juice all on the bottom, which is really good. That's always a really good sign of a good pasty, in my opinion. Again, this is all my opinion. I am not a food connoisseur. I just know what I like, and I just take it from there, basically. But we've got none of that lovely juice sort of on the bottom. So let's get into it. Let's see what it's like. So the pastry itself is actually quite a dry pastry. I just swallowed a fly. I don't know what happened there. It's actually quite a dry pastry, but do you know what? It's really quite tasty. I quite like that. Definitely glad I bought the water. Definitely need water with this one. We'll obviously see what the innards are like the further we go in. I've had a little bite of the beef so far, the steak in there, which is quite tasty. Juice isn't running out. It's not the juiciest of pasties I've ever had. But like I said, from a taste point of view, it's quite nice. Whoop. Almost lost a bit of potato there. I'm excited with this episode because I've never had a Pengenna pasty before, and I've never had one from the St Ives Bakery, so these are completely new to me. Show you a little cross section there. I get my head out of the way, it doesn't focus on me. Nice, loads of steak in there. Loads of steak. vegetables in there are all quite nice and separated, you know, individual, as I always kind of say with it. Sometimes you get a pasty, usually like your mass-produced ones, that are, you know, the vegetables all just go into this like grey mush in the middle, which is just never a good sign. Never a good sign for a pasty. But this one, yeah, it's looking alright. I say, you can taste the potato and the onion and the turnip. Ah, I was wondering when you guys were going to show up, Mr. Seagull. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys this flying demon that is after my pasty. I think that's a, you know, personal space, mate. Look at you. You want this. You want this, don't you? Well, you're not having it. Honestly. I'm going to set that back up there. It's like blackbird, it's like crow. Just shoot off that seagull, so that was very helpful. Lovely seasoning. You can really taste that pepper in there. But again, it doesn't blow your socks off. It's like a little bit more of an, you know, sort of like a medium sort of amount of, you know, there's just a decent amount of pepper in there, which I really enjoy. Again, sometimes you can have a pasty which is just overpowering with pepper, and you know, that's, again, I mean, if you like a peppery pasty, go for it, but it's not my cup of tea. Yeah, like I said, this is a really nice pasty. I'm enjoying it a lot. Definitely not the most juiciest. I read on their website they've been making pasties since 1985, and it also stated that on the exterior of their shop. So we're almost at, like, you know, almost 40 years of pasty heritage. That seagull is back. Okay, he's gone again. But yeah, so quite a few years of pasty heritage. The seagull, but he does get chased off. He keeps getting chased off by that black bird down there. I might have to move him. There's like flies everywhere. My goodness. I'm just looking at the colour of the sea down there. Let me flip the camera. But look at that. What a view. Get out of my ear. I've got a fly buzzing in my ear. But what a view to enjoy a pasty. Absolutely stunning. And actually that sun is burning through those clouds a little bit. So actually, the day's becoming a bit brighter. Just get up and move slightly because those flies are really annoying me. Good pasty. Yeah, loads and loads of steak in it. Said nice amount of seasoning. Yeah. I think this would be, if it was slightly more juicy, rather, this would be the perfect pasty. Wow, depends on your opinion on a top crimp. What do you guys think of a top crimp? Doesn't really bother me in the slightest. if I'm being honest. Let me know in the comments. End of the day, it all gets mashed up and, you know, in your mouth and you eat it. Meat all the way down to the bottom knobbly bit. Flies getting on my wick. Haven't seen that seagull for a minute or two. That blackbird has obviously shooed him off. What a strong start to this video from St Ives. By the way, behind me, that's your little chapel up there on the rocks, overlooking this. I said a few times in the videos when we've been to St Ives, I can see why tourists flock here. Pardon me. It just really is beautiful. Obviously helps on a nice day. And the sun is out. Warm. Oh, again, a little sort of dry finish to the pasty because again that pastry was quite dry. But like I said, it was quite tasty pastry. I enjoyed it. It's a big thumbs up. Let's get into this. I can get into it with one hand. Whoa! I just got sprayed. Oh. Comes from Bodmin apparently. Bottled at source. And there's the postcode for Just Water Limited. Trakillick Farm, Bodmin. Oh yeah, definitely need that after that pasty. All right, to the all-important marking. So again, 1 out of 10. What we're going to do is, so the pastry, like I said, the pastry was quite dry. The pastry in a way kind of let that pasty down a little bit. The taste inside though, lovely taste inside. Again, you could taste all the veg sort of individually. And again, in a traditional Cornish, I'm soaking wet here. And again, in a traditional Cornish, you've got your potato, onion, turnip. I think the English might call it swede, but sorry, it's Cornwall, turnip. So yeah, that was all nice. The steak was really nice. Loads and loads of steak in it, actually. Quite a lot of steak, which ran all the way through the pasty. Again, I don't care if it's a top crimp, that doesn't bother me. I don't mark it down for that, certainly not. Ooh, I keep burping. I think we're going to go with a really strong and respectable 7 out of 10. That was a good pasty. The lady working in there was really nice. Yeah, I think a good 7 out of 10. Which for me is a pretty good score. Happy with that one. I would definitely get another one, and I would definitely recommend one from that little bakery. Definitely, if you're not from Cornwall, you know, if you're visiting St Ives, then definitely go ahead and get a Pengenna pasty. I'm not going to give any names, but you know, really try and avoid the big mass-produced ones. Well, you all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm not going to slight anyone on camera. That's not the point of any of this. We all have our opinions. Some people really like those sorts of, you know, bigger sort of mass-produced ones. I always call them like an emergency pasty. If you have a real need for a pasty and you can't find either like a small little family bakery or like a butcher's or something, you know, perfectly fine. Go ahead and get one. But I think if you're visiting Cornwall and you haven't had much experience eating a pasty, then in my opinion, do steer clear of the big mass-produced ones. You're going to get a much better pasty, much better sort of experience if you go to the smaller bakeries. And like I said, the butcher's pasty is usually really good as well. So anyway, there we go. A strong 7 out of 10 for Pengenna Pasties here in St Ives. Right, what I'm going to do, as lovely as this view is, as beautiful as this view is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to probably walk around this headland a little bit, change up the view a little bit, find somewhere nice to enjoy the second pasty that we've got, the pasty there from the St Ives Bakery. We're going to dive straight into that one, give you my thoughts. So, right, I might just go down that same trail and then kind of go that way. That's the plan. Don't forget, if you love all things Cornish and Cornwall, we've got you covered here on the Bright Side. Do consider smashing the subscribe button, and you can follow on our adventures throughout Cornwall. And by the way, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up, because the YouTube algorithm really likes that sort of thing, and it will help promote my videos just that little bit more. Thank you. I think instead of going on and on and on, I think what I might do is go down this little path, kind of find a place down here somewhere. There we go, so I've just walked down there, and we could go down here a little bit more, or I could just put the camera here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll put the camera here somewhere. I was going to put the camera there, but I found this big flat rock here, so I might put it here instead. And yeah, be better. Right, nice little place here to perch. Gotta be careful of those seagulls. Right, St Ives Bakery. These guys on their website have been making pasties apparently for about 20 years. So you could argue they haven't got the pedigree of Pengenna pasties. Yep, and there are literally birds everywhere. It was like in episode 2 where we did Warren's and Rose, and we were like swamped by all those little like songbirds. Do you remember Footless Joe? I wonder how he's getting on. Don't know how Footless Joe is. Probably don't come over to these parts. Anyway, right. Good size pasty, good medium size. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say, I always have like a medium. I always get a medium pasty because, you know, if I was just going to eat a pasty, it would probably be a large. But you know, I mean, I'm not going to, you know, I know I'm Cornish, but I don't think I'll be able to consume 2 large. So anyway, we'll do 2 medium. Anyway, lovely burnt bottom on this one. See that burnt bottom all over it? A little bit coming out the top there. This one's actually quite hot. I think this one's come out of the oven a little bit sooner, you know, more recently, so let's give it a go to see what it's like. Not a bad, flies all over me again. Yeah, not a bad pasty, not a bad pastry, I mean. Not quite as dry as the other one, it's a little bit more moist. Yeah, first impression's pretty good. We'll get into the innards in a minute. obviously back to a, you know, your side crimp on this one. Again, see what I do? I always eat it right-handed, but I always have like the crimp on the left side. I don't know why I do it that way, but... Okay, nicely seasoned. Again, not too over the top. I can see some pepper in there, and I can taste some pepper. Quite moist and juicy. Yeah. Oh yeah, taste those onions coming through, that's for sure. Haven't got too much meat yet. Ah. There's a nice big blob of meat. See what that meat tastes like. Yeah, it was a nice pasty. Yeah, it's quite nice. It's definitely more juicy. It's definitely more juicy than the one from Pengenna. I think reading off of their website, they've got like a unit over in St Ives where they produce their goods and then they ship it over to their shop in St Ives. I don't know if there's any more St Ives Bakery. I don't know if they're like a little chain or whether they're just like a one-off. I'm not sure. People up there looking like, what's he doing? Eating the pasty in front of the camera. Big old chunk of meat there. Yeah, nice meat. So more juicy. I think I prefer the pastry. It is definitely less dry. It's not a dry pasty to eat, whereas the other one did get a bit dry as you went. Taste-wise, yeah, I don't know. I think I prefer the veg in the other one. I think the veg, it's all sort of separated and individual. I think this will be a tough one actually, because they're both good in different ways. I enjoy them. I'm enjoying them both for different reasons. Yeah, meat's nice. Good solid pasty, I'd say. Again, we're not so high up as we were up there. Let me flip that camera around so you can see my view. Boat there, cruising past. St Ives, around that way. You know, like Porthmere Beach. Because obviously if you go that way, you'd also get St Ives. Just noticed loads of ants down there. There's like an ant bed down there somewhere. Loads of ants. My trusty bag. That's gone a few miles with me. That's my shorter tripod. that I was using earlier on. I've got the sort of medium length tripod at the minute. Like I said, I left the bigger, the longer tripod at home. Let's set that back up there like that. Yeah, that onion really comes through. A lot of onion in it. Hello, bird. Yeah, strong little finish. Meat's all gone. No more meat in there. But it's very juicy. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I enjoyed different things from each of those pasties. I think overall the pastry on the Pengenna one was quite dry, but that said, it was nice and like buttery and tasty. I did like it. I must say, like I said, it was a little bit dry for my liking, but I did enjoy the taste of that pastry. That one was a little bit more moist, definitely. The insides were nicely seasoned. It was quite juicy. There was, excuse me, I would say more meat in the Pengenna pasty. Definitely more meat in that one. Good little size for a medium. Not massive, but that's, you know, you don't want anything too ridiculously big when you're doing like some sort of, you know, tasting thing. Loads of people say, oh, I just put my finger in bird poo. That's nice. Yeah, lots of people say to me, why do you consume the entire pasty? Why don't you just, you know, like eat half of it? I suppose the answer to that is I enjoy pasties, and if I'm going to rate a pasty from 1 to 10, I want to be fair to that pasty, you know, producer, that bakery, that butcher or whatever. If I eat half of their pasty and give it a, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the score is, it kind of feels to me a little bit incomplete. Because, you know, part of that taste test is to see what it's, I suppose, like its durability is like. What is it like? The sort of more you get into it, and you know, how does it finish up ultimately? So yeah, that's why that's why I eat all of them, because, you know, I eat the whole pasty, because I think it would be a little bit silly to give it a score, and then yeah, you've only eaten sort of half of it. That's my thoughts. I'm giving myself some real argument on scoring that last one. The one from St Ives Bakery. We gave the Pengenna pasty a 7 out of 10, a good strong 7 out of 10. And like I said, that one from St Ives Bakery was a lot more moist for sure. But taste-wise, I think I preferred the taste of the Pengenna. I don't know. I suppose at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not qualified in food or anything like that. I'm just rating it on what I enjoy and I think is a good pasty. If that, like I said earlier, if that Pengenna pasty was, if that was slightly more, if it was slightly more moist, that would be a spot-on pasty. And like I said, the other one, the St Ives Bakery, definitely had some lovely elements to it. Very oniony. I could pick up the onion in it and the turnip. They kind of overpowered the potato in it a little bit, again, in my opinion. But again, it was well seasoned. Not enough. There was plenty of meat in it. It was a good amount of meat in it, but not as much as the one from Pengenna. I don't know. What a tough call. Because I would recommend both of them. Definitely recommend both of them. If you're in St Ives and you fancy a pasty, go to either the Pengenna Pasties or what they call the St Ives Bakery, because you'll have a really good pasty from either of them, really. Where to score it? I think that bird wants me to give it a good score. I think purely because I enjoyed the taste, albeit slightly drier, but I enjoyed the taste of the Pengenna pasty slightly more. But that doesn't knock the quality, absolutely it doesn't knock the quality of the St Ives Bakery, because like I said, it was a good solid pasty. But I think just because I personally enjoyed Pengenna's slightly more, I'm going to go in with a 6.5 for the St Ives Bakery, which again, in my opinion, good score, good solid score. I kind of rate it that if it's like, I don't know, somewhere in the sort of like 5 to 6 zone, 7 zone, you're talking a you know, average sort of pasty. You know, 7 plus, you're talking good. You know, 9, 10 out of 10. I mean, no, obviously you're talking perfection for those scores. And obviously anything lower really than a 5. You know, if you go down into the realms of like, you know, your 3s, your 4s, your 2s, your unmarkables. I mean, obviously they're you know, they're obviously poor. In my opinion, they're poor. And that's where I kind of rate the mass-produced pasties. I put the mass-produced pasties really kind of like below 5, really. Again, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm happy with that score. I think I have to put that down because my arm's getting a bit tired. Yeah, I'm happy with that score. I think a good solid 6.5 for the St Ives Bakery. It was a lovely pasty. Yeah, just preferred the taste of the Pengenna. But as I said, if you're in St Ives, don't know much about pasties, you want to try a Cornish pasty, I would, yeah, personally, I'd recommend both of them, really. They were both really both really good. So there we have it. We have a 7 out of 10 for Pengenna pasties, and we have a 6.5 out of 10 for St Ives Bakery. Pengenna, in my opinion, just because of its taste, just that little bit of taste, just pipped it, again, in my opinion. But both solid pasties. We're going to leave the video there. I do hope you enjoyed it. Do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, smash the bell, and you'll never miss it on any video that we put up on YouTube. We are on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at The Brice Side, so check us out there. So from us to you, cheers, and gone.